yo, it's the it's the dog version of it. So you could just download it and like send the files to whoever you want. They can play it.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the DRM-less version.
Yeah.
Thanks, good old games.
Yeah. Thanks, Elon.
Yeah, you know. At least they did one thing right.
Siphon the wealth from everyone.
Money's not real. We're all gonna die anyway. Might as well play games. You know?
We can die in those too.
Correct.
All right, we need to talk. We need to stop talking about killing ourselves because I'll start believing it again.
Oh.
I hope you boys are ready for a real spooky time.
Viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
If you scare me, I'll piss.
I hope you do.
Fucking piss.
I really hope you piss.
I'm pissing right now.
Nice.
I'm already horrified. This is traumatizing.
Discord camera.
Just
Camera. Why is nothing happening?
I see swirling.
That was my nickname in high school.
I see swirly.
Uh-oh, Stinky.
Yeah, correct. We're in an epic gamer move called Turn It Off and Back On Again.
Sick, bro.
Go gadget. Be a camera. Do the thing. I can see my camera
Wait.
starting to turn on.
Wait, why do we have 10 games on here? Why do I have games on here?
Wait, don't I think the better question is why don't you have games on there?
How do I activate?
Oh shit!
Activate this cock.
Did I just break it? I might have broken
Wait,
it. Did I
what
break
break?
it? Oh shit! That's not right.
Oh no, yeah, there's something wrong with that.
That isn't. This doesn't feel correct. Something feels off about this. I can't quite put my
Something
finger
feels-
on what it is, but something doesn't feel right. We're good. Nope, we're not good. Yeah, so something ain't right.
I don't feel good, Mr. Stark.
I hit the camera and then fixed it. Super.
Yeah. What did we learn?
Good old percussive maintenance.
Violence solves everything.
Yep.
I knew it.
Have you ever pissed? No.
No, never. Not once.
Not once. But one day I might. I've been considering trying.
One of these
lately.
days.
But I think it's risky.
This is
Dangerous.
always risky.
No, it's always pisky.
You need to collect your clan.
Oh, you want to collect my clam?
I need to collect your clan.
Huh?
Come get it, big boy.
I stop. Immediately stop. You're my fuck go back button.
Here, you can watch me pretend to be a hacker.
Oh, hacker man?
Yeah.
Oh, are you installing things with Linux again?
No.
What are you?
Playing this game called Hacknet, which is.
That's a fun game.
Nothing.
Yeah. Have you played it?
Me?
You played it, sir?
I haven't.
I played it.
Clayton?
Yeah.
Have you gone through the whole thing?
Yes, I finished it.
Uh,
I played it instead of going to my college classes.
ah,
In what historians will call a bad choice.
oh, I thought you were gonna say gamer move.
Ha! Not quite. No, it was that and Stardew Valley.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to open up my Stardew Valley save, ever.
Dylan introduced me to Stardew Valley, and there's a week of my life as a freshman in college that I do not remember, because all I did was play Stardew Valley and go down to the cafeteria thing at the bottom of my dorm and eat, and then go back up and play more Stardew Valley.
Rachel got sick a few years ago and suddenly had 300 hours in Stardew Valley.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Dylan came back like a week later, just knocked on my door because he hadn't seen me in a while. I was like, "Hey man, everything all right? You good? I haven't talked to you in a little bit." And I was like, "Yeah, I've been playing Stardew Valley," and I had like $1 million or something crazy. And he was like, "What have you been? Is this all you've been doing for the past week?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It's been a week?
Who am I?
What am
When
I?
am I? Help. Alright, where's everybody else?
Who knows?
Nick's in his server. Miles
I
is not
messaged him, I say,
online.
come.
Sean's online, but who knows if he's even home.
Sean should be back soon.
I gotta avoid showing logos on my stream. Hang on.
No logos.
We have Miles. We have a Miles. We have him for miles and miles.
Good one.
Yes, it
That was
is.
a funny joke. I'm sure.
Hello.
I'm sure he agrees.
I'm sure he does.
See, that's how much he agrees that it's a good joke. He's giving it a one star. 1 star review.
That's how I feel about it too.
Well, this isn't gonna go well. I can already tell that what I'm trying is not gonna. I'm just gonna tear the tape before I put it on the can. There we go.
Acrobat.
Is Nick gonna show up, or is he gonna keep playing?
Good
games?
question. We don't know.
Should I?
This is an existential question we've all been asking ourselves.
Has anyone? Okay, there he goes, and there he is.
There we go.
And Dustin's gonna come back in 3.
I've effectively
Two.
debranded
Up.
the can.
Yes, that's why we.
Now it just says TY. No, it just says,
That's why we have
it says thank you. No, it
koozies.
just says thank you.
You know, you're welcome.
Milady.
Lady.
Alright.
Hold on. Where am I?
Jordan, did Sean give you any kind of indication on when he was going to be on, or just said, like, later, hopefully?
He said I might get there in time.
You don't have to start now.
Later.
We love a non-specific time period.
Is the music up?
Yes.
Dustin, how are you?
No longer want to drink bleach, which is good.
Good.
Oosh.
You guys can hear the music, right?
I don't even have it up yet.
Oh, Jordan.
What?
Oh.
What's your webcam doing?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, music is up.
Very cool.
What you have? Listen, you have a problem?
Oh?
Slightly. I have a slight problem, I will admit. Oh my god, there he is.
There he is.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Masturbation.
Masturbation.
Investigation.
What in the fuck is up with this?
Alright. Grab my notebook, we can get started.
Hold on. The fuck?
Alright.
There we go.
This page is not good. Cool. Alright. So.
I have to launch the game, don't I?
Oh, I have to download the game. Hold on. Hold the phone.
Holding.
And private VPN.
Excuse me.
Factor authentication for Steam.
Spectre or authentication?
Factor authentication.
Two sphincter?
Taking sips of our brandless drinks.
Brandless.
That's what they called me in high school.
They called me brainless in high school.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
It's like,
You guys are cousins.
it's like a 1 letter difference.
Yeah.
You guys are word cousins.
Is that a thing?
Word cousin.
I don't think so.
It is
No.
now.
Okay.
It could be now. We can make it a thing.
It's a thing now.
Make it a thing.
What's that thing?
We just made it a
Me.
thing.
Word cousins, apparently.
Yes.
Well, Dustin and I are brothers, so it would fit.
Fit.
I can't stand this fucking cat.
I'll take it.
Yeah, just ship it overnight.
God.
Not a box.
Alright.
I'm gonna go look for pussy tomorrow.
We all ready to get started?
I'm ready.
My Fantasy Grounds is
Oh shit.
turning on. And my Radmin is downloaded and I'm installing it really quick. Okay, network. Wait, connecting.
I got some rum chata and root beer, and I've heard rum chata root beers are good. I want to try that tonight.
Wait, so the listen, I fucking love beer doesn't work anymore?
It
Mm-mm.
doesn't.
It's butts. Here, you want it?
Yeah.
Yeah, please
Give
link
me
it
the-
to me.
What a
as
confusing
well.
sentence
I'm
to
just-
say out loud.
I'm just, just gonna put
It's
it in awful TV.
it's butts. You want it?
I'm just putting it in awful TV. It's butts. You
Butts.
want it?
You want it?
You want
Please,
the butt?
please nobody, you know, link that or show that. That's where I live.
All right. Well, I'm gonna delete it. 3, 2, 1. Wait. Can only awful people see this?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. Then we're good.
I'm already on my way.
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
I've got your position and I'm closing fast.
It's Dungeons and Daddies with like an ampersand, or is it the word and?
It should be pinned.
In the lobby, I guess.
Wait, you need it for Radman?
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah.
Related.
And then Awful TV, no.
Happy belated.
That archive, maybe?
Yeah, if it's gonna be
Happy
anywhere, it's probably gonna
belated.
be in Dad Archive.
Yep. I see it. I see it.
Suck my dick. Radman. Peter's PC. Nico. Ken. Bunch of desktops. Connect to this one.
salt though.
Alright.
So I'll.
You guys don't need to be in Fantasy Grounds for the very beginning of this anyway, so we're just gonna get started.
Why not? I'm just kidding.
You can't speak.
Sorry. This is your show, not my
He
show.
said so.
Okay, so. A couple of weeks ago, when we
Yep.
ended, you guys made your way down the mountain after about an hour and 45 minutes of tomfoolery. When you got to the bottom of the mountain, you saw a door. Just there. In the woods.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right.
Can I say how impressed that I am? How much fucking tomfoolery we did?
Oh, it
That
was.
last
It
session?
was
When you
was
say
like-
impressed,
Like real impressive that we just did nothing for 2 hours.
oh yeah.
Like
what do you mean?
I'm
A
sensing sarcasm.
frankly upsetting amount of nothing.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you. It was a lot of nothing. A lot.
Continue.
Anyway, the door was not connected to anything. It was just kind of a door there. And I forget who went in first, but you opened the door and went through.
Was I?
After some convincing, everyone went through. Once you were all in, the door, on its own, swung closed behind you and locked. Looking around, you're standing in kind of an entry hall kind of situation. The building, wherever you are, is very dark, save for like some very low amounts of light, just kind of ambient light, seemingly sourceless. On your right is kind of a I don't know what you would call it, like a almost like a parlor kind of room, or like a we would call it like a family room, something like that, like a large sitting room kind of situation.
The living room.
Sure. There's some there's a couch, a couple of chairs. You see a fireplace in there. There's some skeletons on the couch, kind of mostly decomposed bodies, remnants of food and what looks like, some kind of a party or something like that scattered around the room, rotten and decomposing. Ahead of
Does
you,
the whole place look unkempt and
Yes.
like does it look like dirty?
it looks like nothing's moved in here for a very, very long time.
Gotcha.
Everything's dusty. There's spider webs and cobwebs everywhere. The air is very still. There's no breeze, no moving air at all. Despite the stillness of the air inside, outside, through the door behind you and through boarded up windows in the room to your right, you hear the howling of wind. Beyond that, almost a shrieking of wind as it whistles past the windows and finds the little cracks in the windows and rattles them as the wind blows. It almost sounds like screaming. There's another slight whistle in the room to your right as wind kind of blows down through the chimney of the fireplace that's in there. Ahead of you, there's a short hallway that leads to another room that you can't quite make out exactly what it is. And then there's a hallway, a longer hallway to your left. What would you guys like to do?
What's the lighting situation?
Very dark. It would be pitch black were it not for kind of a very pale, very dim blue light, seemingly sourceless, that just kind of lights everything just enough that those of you without dark vision can just make out what it is. Those of you with dark vision, you see these things as I'm describing them in kind of kind of grayscale, tinted slightly blue from this light, but mostly grayscale. The air is still. You see, there's dust, kind of just floating gently in the air. Go ahead and make perception checks for me.
I have a lantern.
Yeah, I've got a torch.
Can I take out my lantern?
Yeah.
Can I take out... I have 10 torches. Who wants a torch? I should have said that. I will give torch to Belindo.
Okay.
Brando!
Belindo and Tobias.
Yes, that's me.
Belindo and Tobias, you guys hear... Actually, Belindo, Falros, and Tobias. You guys hear movement ahead of you through the small, short hallway up ahead of you. You hear movement, sounds like kind of big, dragging steps of someone, of a very large figure, not quite picking their feet up all the way as they walk. Belindo and Tobias, you guys hear from the hallway on the left a sound reminiscent of a waterfall, or of something like the kind of
Like loud like a
no,
waterfall?
like the sound of like if you like pouring sand out of a container, that kind of rustling, rushing sound, kind of like that, like listening to a waterfall from a distance, or the pouring of sand or salt or sugar or something of that kind of grainy consistency. You hear that.
Gotcha.
And a very faint twinkling of chimes to your left.
I look straight at everybody else to see if they notice the sounds to the left.
Belindo would be the only one who noticed the sounds on the
Am
left.
I like visibly able to notice that he notices? Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna make everyone aware and basically say like, let's go left, get away from Footsteppy Boy. But I'm gonna whisper. I'm whispering.
Okay.
I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay. So the hallway that leads to the left. So you're in like this entry hall, kind of rectangular room. The hallway that leads left is kind of on the, comes out from the back wall. Like if this was the room, you guys are right here. The hallway kind of extends off this way from the back of the room. So you can't quite see down that hallway just yet. You'd have to move forward further in. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's gonna follow me.
And are you just walking, or are you trying to be stealthy, or what?
Oh yeah, I want to be
Okay,
stealthy.
go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Sure.
So Tobias is just gonna go off on his own. Not
Yeah,
telling
nobody's-
what's going on.
Oh yeah, no, I was signaling. I
He told you
literally
guys.
said,
He told you guys he hears something down there, and then he thinks you guys should move that way.
Okay.
With my perception check, am I allowed to hear him, or
He kind of has to like bring your head down to his level and like look you directly in the eyes, and like whisper shout to you, and like he has to repeat it 3 or 4 times, but eventually you understand the general
I need to let
idea
him-
of what he's saying. The specifics don't quite come all the way through, but generally you get the idea that something left, no go forward, big footstep forward, go left instead.
Okay, I had to let him know it's too dark in here for me to hear anything.
Yeah, it's way too dark. Your ears do not like. Your ears are scared of the dark. Therefore,
Way too dark.
can't hear.
It's not enough. Not enough
can't.
hearing.
So is everyone gonna follow Tobias, or what's going on?
I'll follow.
I totally follow. I don't want to be alone.
Okay. those of you who are following,
Wait. I'm looking at Nick. Sorry. And like I feel like we're having a moment real quick. Are we gonna split off? You want to split off?
I kind of want to see what's down there.
Yeah. I know. Let's do it. I'm down.
I don't want to. So, can I see what's down towards the heavy foot
the
noise?
footsteps. Yeah, you kind of move forward into this entry a little bit, and you can see in the hallway ahead of you, the kind of very dim, low light does not give away many details about the room in front of you, but you hear like these heavy, dragging footsteps. There's a little bit of like kind of groaning, sounds like in pain. And it looks like there's something. It might be a large table, or kind of like a counter kind of situation, or like some kind of large flat surface that you can kind of see from where you are, and you can make out a few windows along the far wall.
I'm gonna move back and cast Find Familiar.
Okay. You back up. You use Find Familiar. What form does your familiar show up as?
Cat.
Okay. You a little kind of what color? What describe the way he looks for me?
A little tuxedo.
Okay.
With like, white on his nose.
Sure. Just kind of steps out of nothing at your feet and kind of nuzzles up against you for a sec, and then looks to you for orders.
So I want the cat to stealthily venture down the hallway to see the source of the footsteps, and then return with information without getting seen.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me. Okay. So your cat kind of begins to make its way down that little hallway there, and kind of start weaving around, kind of very, very quietly moving in. He is purring, which not the quietest thing in the world. Your cat has a +4 to stealth, so we rolled a 10 for stealth. The cat makes its way in, looks around for a minute, and then returns to you. Does it tell you what it saw, or do you just know through it? You can communicate
I think I
with
see
it.
through its eyes.
You communicate with it telepathically.
I think I could see through its eyes.
You
right?
can choose.
Or
You can choose to do that. Yes.
But not as far as like being able to telepathically talk to her.
Well, it's 100 feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so there's you're
I don't think the range is an issue.
No, past 100 feet, past 100 feet, you give it instructions, and it does its best to carry those instructions out. But within 100 feet, you can control it and communicate with it directly.
Okay.
So do you want to see through its eyes, or do you want to just be fed information?
I want to see through its
Okay.
eyes.
So your vision pulls away, your eyes roll back a little bit, and suddenly you're a foot off the ground. And as the cat kind of makes its way into the room, your cat, who can see very well in the dark, sees a kitchen. A enormous, kind of like fully featured, very well equipped kitchen. The kind that would be used to either cook very nice food or cook a lot of food in a very efficient amount of time. A chef's kitchen. You see like a large kind of counter area and like another smaller one, and you see walking kind of behind the counter, away from where you are now, kind of opposite you, a large kind of shambling, what looks like a walking corpse, wearing what clearly used to be the attire of a professional chef. Like it has apron, very like what probably used to be very well kept clothing. Enormous, like probably 6.5 feet tall, Solomon Grundy looking motherfucker.
Very important question. Is he wearing a chef's hat?
No chef's hat, unfortunately.
Illegal.
And it's like clearly not picking its feet up all the way as it just kind of like through the kitchen until it like gets to a wall, stops for a moment, turns 180 degrees, and starts walking back the other way. You see, it's got a utility belt, almost like a strap of leather across its waist, and you see a multitude of chef's knives tucked into the leather band.
Oh yeah.
Its face is just like slack. Its jaw is like hanging down, clearly connected by very little. Arms kind of just down at its side. Its skin is like just a gray, just disaster. There's parts of it where you can see through to the bone as it just kind of shambles through the kitchen.
So wait, is this in the direction that I walked,
No.
or did they walk? No, I went a different
Yes,
way.
you went to the left. This was straight ahead.
Did anybody come with me?
Someone did,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a few
I
who
do.
went with you.
Yeah,
with you,
I'm
homie.
with you.
Okay, cool. I was about to say, all right, let's not be part of that fight. But yeah,
What's your sleight of hand, Sheena? And your stealth.
Nick, make a perception check for me.
Stealth is +3, sleight of hand +3.
Okay. So with a 20 perception, you see there's like the large counter, smaller counter. You see there's like a stove top over there kind of situation. There's what looks like an oven on the wall to your right, as well as a plethora of kind of cabinets and storage space. You see kind of, so as you walk into the kitchen, there's a wall here on your left. Looking directly to the right, as soon as you enter the room, you see another doorway down there that is open and leads to another room. You see the end of a table and a few chairs. And that's about it.
So I'm thinking, if we can sneak up on this zombie and steal his belt full of knives, then he won't have any weapons.
He can still bite us though, and use his fist.
Yeah, but he won't have any knives.
I would prefer that to knives for sure.
Yeah, but we don't have to fight him, do we? Because it's just that. Is this all it leads to? Is just a kitchen?
Well, I was just thinking about pickpocketing.
There's
him and seeing if he had
another
anything.
door in the kitchen.
Okay.
But yeah, there's another room through the kitchen that is unexplored.
What's your stealth?
+2 on both. So you're one above me.
I will say the room on your right from the entry hall, like the kind of living room area, you see through there. You do see another door. That if you kind of map it out in your head, those two doors look like they lead to the same place.
What do you want to do?
Is that the door where Jordan went towards?
No, that is the opposite direction from where
He
Jordan
went the opposite way.
Jordan went to the
Okay.
left. This is all ahead and to the right.
Clay, you said it looks like both those doors lead to another room?
Yes.
Or do they just lead?
There's
Okay.
there's the doors would be at this kind of angle to each other, leading to the same room. This is the door in the kitchen. This is the door in the living room. It looks like they lead to the same room.
Do I still have my cat summoned?
Yes.
I think. Can I send it through to that room?
Your cat kind of patters along. This Solomon Grundy looking motherfucker pays your cat no mind as he kind of stops and turns again and starts going the other way. Your cat enters this other room, and you see a long dining table with chairs all along it and one chair at each end. There's kind of a large cabinet down at the end of the room, kind of at the behind the head of the table, full of kind of a lot of bottles sitting like in the cabinet like this, kind of stacked up. There's the doors like kind of cracked open a little bit, and there's kind of glass panes in it, and it looks like there's a section of bottles missing. The table itself is piled high with food. You don't have a great angle on it from down on the ground where your cat is. It looks like good food, like not rotted, decomposing food.
Sounds like a trap.
In fact, you see steam coming off of the food.
Sounds like a trap. Classic horror motif. Sounds like a trap.
Play
Sounds less
casually
than-
sips drink.
My non-branded drink.
Sounds like a
trap. I've seen this in a movie somewhere.
Alright. I'll follow Jordan.
All right, yes.
Okay. So, turning
And
to
I will
that
go
hallway.
into stealth as well.
Okay. Go and everyone who wants to try and be stealthy, make a stealth check for me.
Should I make another stealth check, sir?
Might.
No, you can use that one.
I'm making myself coffee, so please bear with me.
Bearing.
Please bear me.
Bearing 757.
Oh, is that really what
Going
we're doing?
north.
Hold on, let me get a pen. Let me get a pen.
No, you're good.
Okay, so... Jordan, you lit your lantern, correct?
I did lit my lantern.
So you kind of light your lantern with a very low light, I assume. You don't want to... Unless you want to just turn it
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Okay. So you kind of light your
No, no,
lantern and, like, turn it up a little bit. This hallway is fairly long. You see hanging from the roof are chains that end in manacles. What?
What are manacles?
Like the kinds of the kind of thing that you would like attach on the end of a chain to hold somebody to something.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Precursor to handcuffs.
Gotcha.
From a few of these manacles, you see arms severed at the elbow, hanging there. Clearly have been there for a very long time. About 3/4 of the way down this hallway, you can make out the shape of a figure standing there. You can't tell if they're facing you or facing the other way.
Well, first off, is this room making anybody else hungry?
What? Room.
I said, is this room making anybody else hungry?
We're not in that room.
Oh, nobody else is...
We're in
You're in the hallway.
We're in the hallway. We're following you, homie.
Oh, so you guys can't see it at all yet.
Well, I mean, they can see it
What
behind
big
you,
one?
yeah.
But you
Well-
make a better door than window, Jordan.
Fucking got his ass.
Yes.
Well, I think Jordan's talking about the food on that table, right?
No, I'm
No.
talking about
He's talking about the severed arms hanging
hanging
from the
the
ceiling.
He's talking about all
Yeah.
the corpses and limbs.
I'm making,
Yeah,
I'm
see,
making,
I went back to the table.
I'm
Sorry.
making
Oh,
fun
that
of the
was
fact that we ate God.
Oh, fuck. Going crazy.
Yeah, anyway.
We'll shut up.
Anyway, so wait, I can't, wait, so there's these arms hanging, and then in, like, the distance, I can tell there's someone there, or, like, I hear someone?
You see about 3/4 of the way down the hall a figure standing there. You can't tell if they're facing you or facing the other way.
Oh, okay, so yeah, then I don't want to approach them. Is there a way to go in this room where I can avoid, like, walk, like, maybe away from them following a wall?
So the hall kind of goes down. You see 2 doorways about halfway down the hall. 3/4 of the way down the hallway, you see that figure. End of the hall, you see another door on the left, and then the hallway turns and makes an L shape to the right at the end.
But there there is a set of doorways before the figure,
Yes.
but we don't know if he's facing us. I make everybody aware of this figure, everyone behind me,
Okay.
and I make them aware that I don't know which direction he's facing, and maybe ask if we want to fucking charge.
I don't think charging is a very good idea.
I don't like all this profiling.
What kind of profiling?
Just because he's undead, all of a sudden he has to be a bad guy?
I guess that's a. Yeah, I guess that's a point.
This legitimately could be our first warm meal, pleasant with a actual chef, and you guys are just being assholes about it.
Who's you guys?
How are you looking at it like?
I'm looking at it like, damn, there's food.
Oh yeah, I mean. Okay, he's not wrong though.
Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, it's a little off-putting, but I mean, you don't choose your chef, you just choose a restaurant.
Wait, does it count as a corpse?
Does what count as a corpse?
Well, I guess we have to find whatever the thing is.
In the hallway?
Or the guy in the kitchen. Does he count as a corpse?
Probably.
So can I speak with it?
With a spell, or
Yeah, speak with dead.
speak with dead does not work on the undead.
Oh, okay, no.
How unfortunate that is. I mean, come on.
What about speak with undead?
Is that a thing?
No.
Okay. That's... Help.
So are we going into this room?
What are we doing? What's the plan?
I'm gonna send my
I-
cat into this room.
Down the hall?
How about we send the fucking undead sympathizer over
Yeah.
there?
Okay.
And I'm gonna have it try and creep
Oh.
up on the figure.
Okay. Your cat moves down the hall, and kind of, makes its way down. Are you watching and listening through the cat? Okay. So as the cat walks down, you hear those sounds you were hearing earlier, the kind of rushing sound and the twinkling. As you get halfway down the hallway to where those two doors are, you hear the rushing sound on your right and the twinkling sound through the door on your left. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw for me.
Everyone?
No, just Belinda.
Sean, guess what? I'm snacking again.
I'm gonna. I think like
Let's try.
maybe the trickling and the rushing sounds are like a metaphor. Like maybe something is like, let's take it slow, and then the rushing sound is like, let's all right now.
Be quiet, I'm making piss.
Yeah.
Your cat
The waterfall is
starts to move forward past these two doors. Your vision gets snapped back away from it. You see it kind of like arch its back at whatever this thing is, hiss, and vanish.
Oh.
Cool.
So yeah, now Sean.
How far away is this
Now
thing
Rex.
now?
From where you are,
Yeah.
probably 30 feet.
Are we still in the hallway?
If I move up to just before where the two doors are, how far would it be then? Like 15 feet or 20 feet?
Probably somewhere between 15 and 10.
I'll move up to just before the doors stealthily.
Okay. You get to
You said
just before where those two doors are. You can see a little bit more detail in this figure now. It's definitely facing you.
So it sees me.
I didn't say that. I said it's facing you.
Okay.
It's standing in a way where, like, its feet are about a shoulder width apart. Its arms are straight out like this. and its head looks like like it's just facing directly forward.
Oh, is it chained to like the walls and shit? Is it like captured?
Can I make a perception check to see if it's bound?
Yeah, go for it. Do you have a torch or anything with you, Nick? Or are you just kind of
Yeah.
using Jordan's light from behind you?
I got
No,
a
I
torch
give-
from Shino.
Okay, cool. The air in here is oppressive. The further down the hallway you get, it's like it's getting harder to breathe. Like there's tightness in your chest, like there's something sitting on you, on your chest.
Can I make a...
The light from your torch is going less. Is going like like the outer range of the light is coming closer and closer and closer to you as you go down the hall. Some light is reaching it. You can see enough of this thing to recognize the fact that it is standing stock still. It is not moving.
But it's breathing.
You're now right behind, right where those two doors are, like right behind them. The door on your right is they're kind of wooden doors, kind of a very dark wood. The door on your right has kind of a big circular brass lock on it. Looks very old, very ornate. The door on your left does not have any such lock on it. Similar wood, dark wood. And the rushing sound from next to you sounds like the sound like sand being poured out of a container. And on your left, it sounds like kind of consistent but gentle wind chimes.
I'm gonna move slowly to the door on my left.
Okay.
With no lock, right?
Correct.
And is the door open or closed?
It is closed.
Is there like a latch?
There's just like
Ah,
a handle, just a circular knob handle.
All right. I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. You turn the knob, you push the door open, and it kind of just glides open. No creaking, nothing like that. The sound of the chimes kind of gets louder a little bit, and you feel a slight breeze as the door opens, just for a second. Almost like there was higher pressure in there than it is out here, and some air just past your face. As you kind of look into the room, you see kind of wood floor, and you can see the beginning of bookshelves in here. And as you kind of begin to look into the room, the wind chimes fade.
Is the room lit?
No.
All right. I'll slowly move into the room with the torch.
Okay. You slowly creep in. Do you leave the door open? Do you close it? What's going on there?
I leave the door
Okay.
open.
You kind of slowly creep in, and the light from your torch begins to kind of re-expand as you leave the hallway. And you're in what looks like a study. There's floor-to-ceiling bookshelves full of books. Like, kind of very nice, leather-bound books. Some of them labeled in gold on the back. You have to get closer to see exactly what it says, but kind of floor-to-ceiling books. The bookshelves kind of curve at the back and come together. Right in front of you, you see an overstuffed leather reading chair facing into the room. And about 3 feet in front of it, you see a tall, very ornate and kind of wrought iron standing mirror. Almost 7 feet tall, about 5 feet wide.
The mirror of Iridescent.
How it attaches to the wrought iron frame, you can't quite make out. It almost looks like it's hovering inside the metal, but it's unclear how it's attached. You're currently behind the chair. What would you like to do?
Can I do an Arcana check on the mirror from where I am?
You can certainly try. You take a second. Open up your arcane senses to the room around you. And you're bombarded with arcane light. Every single book on the shelves glows a sickly yellow color. The color of extremely dehydrated urine. The mirror is the purest sky blue you've ever seen. Radiating magical light. The only things in this room that do not appear to be magical are the floor, the door you walked through, and the chair in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the mirror and look in the mirror.
Okay. You go around the chair and you approach the mirror. And when I say mirror, it's not like a modern mirror where it's like glass and perfectly reflective. It's more that it's metal that's been polished to reflect very well. The kind of bottom, the edges, it's almost like an oval was polished out of the center of it. The corners are not as well polished. They're but not great. You see a reflection of yourself, certainly. But what strikes you is that the fire from your torch is not reflected. And also your image is flipped.
It isn't flipped?
No, it is flipped. So if you're standing there holding your torch like this, it's like you turned around and you're facing that way. Like the torch in the reflection is on your left side if you're holding it on your right.
Can I touch the mirror?
You extend out your hand and you press your palm into the metal. And it's cold to the touch. Your reflection does not extend its arm. You kind of pull your hand back, and in the reflection you see a long, a scaly, taloned hand appear on your reflection's shoulder and kind of push you to the left, your reflection to the left. And into that space, just to the right of your reflection, still inside the mirror, a large dragon's head lowers down into the space. You hear confusion in the back of your mind as the dragon soul you're sharing your head with recognizes something in the mirror.
What is this?
Looks like a mirror.
Is that you?
I don't know. Do you know how
don't
long it's
know.
been since I had a body, Belindo? I don't know what I look like.
This has to be you.
I'll take your word for it. Make an investigation check for me, Nick.
You're the expert.
You're handsome.
Don't tell me Don't tell
Investigate
me
these
Belindo's a
nuts.
scaly.
Oh boy.
He's a donkey.
Oh no.
18.
18. The longer you look at yourself in the mirror, the less it's like looking in a mirror. And in fact, you kind of look away for a moment and look back, and the person looking back at you is you from before you died. Your old body is looking back at you out of the mirror.
Is this the result of my investigation check?
Yes.
Your
Your appearance kind of over time looks less and less like your current body and more like the body you were in before you died.
Okay. Can I make a history check to see if I've ever heard of like any type of mirror
You have
like
not.
this? Jesus Christ! Do I really have to roll a 4 there?
Cool mirror.
Yeah, cool mirror. I'm gonna draw it.
Okay.
Dragon hands look like this.
No, I'm gonna draw the mirror.
On his fucking shoulder. Sorry.
So you start drawing the mirror, occasionally looking back up for reference.
Those are flaming hot, Miles.
And when you look up, you notice that your reflection has stopped moving with you completely. It's not looking up and down. It's just looking right at you out of the mirror. Very dead-eyed, kind of 1,000-yard stare, blank face, jaw slightly agape, just kind of.
How big is this room? Can I see everything in the room from where I am?
Yes.
Or
Well, I
is
mean,
there-
aside from what's directly behind the mirror, yeah, you can see everything in the room.
And this mirror is pretty big.
About 5 feet by 7 feet.
Alright.
Is 7 feet the height of the ceiling, or is it much higher? than
No, the ceilings in here are probably about 12 feet.
Does anybody else want to do anything in this room or no?
I think you're the only one in there right now. I don't think anyone followed you.
Oh, okay.
I walk in.
Nick, you hear some noise behind you, and you turn to see Tobias entering. And from behind you, you hear a knocking sound from the other side of the mirror. You turn and see your reflection still staring at you, knocking on the mirror.
Do I hear the knocking?
You do not.
Can I wave at it?
You wave, and it stops with its fist up against the mirror. It's still just looking at you. Puts its other hand up onto it and begins to push. And you see the mirror flex out slightly as if there's pressure coming from behind it.
Do I see the mirror flexing?
You do not. As it
I don't
as
see
it,
anything in the mirror.
What? Where are you? Are you in front of the mirror, or are you just walking in the door? Like, where are you?
Let's say I walked up right behind Belinda.
Okay. You walk up and you're standing kind of next to, slightly behind Belindo. Looking in the mirror, you see you see yourself. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Belinda, Tobias is kind of standing next to you, seemingly unaware of what's happening. The face of your reflection goes from kind of slack-jawed nothingness to anger. And it's looking at you, and the pushing becomes harder and harder as it begins pushing against the mirror with more and more force, and each time it kind of flexes out further and further. And it stops being like one big bulge as it's pushing. You can see your reflection's hands pushing. You can see the individual fingers pushing in the metal of this mirror as it tries to push out. Tobias, you look at the mirror, and the longer you look, the less it looks like you. And you begin to see a much taller reflection.
Oh.
As you see the person you used to be before you died, standing in the mirror, looking down at you, straight in the eyes.
Oh, look at this pussy.
You do not see Belindo's reflection in the mirror. And Belindo, you do not see Tobias's reflection in the mirror.
Hey, Belindo, is there some fucky shit happening here right now?
Belindo, your reflection's mouth opens further and the sound of wind chimes returns. Your reflection looks like it's screaming as it's slamming itself against the mirror. And with every impact, the chimes grow louder for a moment. And louder. And more consistent. Until it's not just during these pushes and these slams, but it's just constantly the sound of wind chimes in your ears. Go ahead and make a sanity check for me, Nick.
In the meantime, can
D20?
I check behind...
D20 plus or minus your sanity modifier. What's up?
I was gonna say, in the meantime, can I check behind the mirror?
For sure. You go around behind the mirror and you see nothing. It's not supported by anything. It's just kind of this wrought metal, this wrought iron frame with this polished piece of metal sitting inside it.
Roll the 1.
Is it polished on both sides?
No.
Oh, so it's just normal metal.
Just kind of dull, unpolished metal on the
Gotcha.
back.
Gotcha.
Belindo, your neck itches. Right here. Right around your neck. I know, like a ring. And for the first time, your reflection begins perfectly mirroring your movements. Starts itching your neck in the same way you are. The longer you itch, the more violent your reflection's itching becomes. Until you see it's starting to draw blood as it scratches its neck. And it's like cut itself enough on its neck that it begins to reach and push its fingers into its throat. And still looking you dead in the eyes, now with that dead expression, kind of, you see it grab something and pull. And you see a dark, gray, almost black shard of metal be, like, pulled, ripped out of its neck. There's, like, green writing on it. Like a section of something. And looking you dead in the eyes, it just kind of extends its hand out, offering it to you.
Can I discern what the writing is?
Make an investigation check.
pissing?
You have no idea.
Good roll. Hate that shit.
I'm gonna walk away from the mirror.
You turn and walk away from the mirror. Do you turn or you just back up?
I'll back up.
You back away. Your reflection lowers its hand. Lifts its other arm and points at you. Lifts up this piece of metal, whatever this is. And just pushes it back into its neck. Still pointing at you. You back up until you're about 5 feet back, and your reflection vanishes.
What'd you see?
Fuck around and find out.
Alright, fuck it. I get back up and I stand back in front of the mirror.
Okay.
You right back.
You stand in front of the mirror, and your reflection, that of who you were before you died, towers over you. Are you making eye contact with it, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. You're looking up, making eye contact with your reflection. Your reflection kind of crouches down to be at eye level with you. Puts its hand up against the mirror and begins to push forward. And the metal of the mirror kind of bows outward at its hand.
I hold my hand up to push against his hand.
You put your hand up against his and you feel the cold metal under your palm. And then you feel kind of a warmth as you feel his hand against yours. Where are you looking right now? You looking at your hand, or you looking at him, like looking at your reflection in the eyes?
Check.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hand now
Okay.
because of the sensation.
You see, because it's kind of pushing up against the metal like that, you watch as one of its fingers pushes through the metal. And then the rest of its hand begins to follow and start to wrap around yours.
I pull my hand away immediately.
Make a dexterity save.
Oh,
Your hand
no.
is grabbed as soon as you begin to pull it away by
Yes!
your reflection.
Oh my.
And it kind of moves its hand down yours, keeping an iron grasp on it as more and more of its arm begins to pull itself out of the metal of the mirror, using you as an anchor.
I'm gonna grab him and pull him away.
No, so my first
You
thought
don't
was
see
to
anything
use, like,
happening other than Tobias has his hand up on the mirror. You don't even see a
I was
reflection.
gonna- My first thought is to use color spray, but there would be a reflective surface and I would effectively flash myself.
Tobias doesn't look scared or anything. Like he's got his hand on the mirror and he's got to be reacting.
Well, I mean, So, Belinda, you see Tobias has his hand up on the mirror. He starts to pull it away and then stops. You can't see his face. He's facing away from you. You don't see a reflection in the mirror at all. You didn't see his reflection when he was up next to you either.
Okay, so I pull out my short sword and I try to cut part of the hand that's grabbing me.
Okay. You pull your sword. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh, I almost attacked with that.
Why do you have advantage? Oh, because you're still targeting the Hydra from a million years ago.
Ahaha! Okay, should I re-roll?
Yeah.
Once you take that off. Okay.
Okay. Belinda, you watch as Tobias draws his sword and swings at his own arm. And connects with his forearm.
Oh, great.
Go ahead and roll damage, Tobias.
Oh, no!
Oh
You
no!
cut into your arm. As you swing your arm down, your reflection yanks your hand back towards the mirror, and you hit your own arm.
Okay, now I'm gonna grab him and basically pull him away from the mirror and pin him.
Okay. You grab Tobias. Go ahead and make a strength check, Nick.
Okay.
I look at Belindo straight face and say, I don't like this at all.
You grab Tobias and you pull him back from the mirror. Tobias, your hand kind of slips out of your reflection's hand, which kind of back into the mirror. Your arm's bleeding, and your hand, there's kind of a set spot right here on your hand where your reflection grabbed initially. It almost looks burnt.
Cool.
And Belindo, you're still really itchy around your neck.
Jesus Christ. Do I still see my reflection in the mirror?
Looking over at the mirror, you don't see anything in it.
I'm gonna help Tobias dress his wound.
Okay. You wrap your sword cut bandages and stop the bleeding.
I don't
somewhat.
understand how this happened. What? I shouldn't play with knives.
It's probably smart.
Stick to guns. Stick to guns.
Shouldn't hold the hands of mirrors.
Listen,
Never hold a mirror's hand.
this is my hand. What did your reflection do, huh?
They tried to give me something.
A gift? You know what? I keep falling for this. I'm glad you didn't accept.
I don't know, it could be in my neck.
Oh, only one way to find out, huh?
Huh.
We ready to go in there?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's what you try,
Make a
right?
perception check for me,
Yeah.
Nick.
Oh.
Just don't stand in front of that mirror again, Jordan.
Yeah, no, I think I might avoid it.
That's number 2 today. That's number 3.
So, Belindo is deaf, blind, and can feel nothing at all, correct?
Apparently.
Oh, no, wait, that would be Sean that rolled a 0 earlier.
Yeah. No, it's too dark to hear anything. Leave me alone.
Too dark to hear anything, leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that room.
Okay. You leave that room, go back out
doors.
into the hall.
Go towards the other door on the opposite side.
Okay. You go just across the hall, and that door is same size, same kind of shape, looks made of the same wood as the other door. And it looks identical, save for the large kind of brass, old tarnished brass lock on it.
Can I make an Arcana check on the lock?
Yeah.
Oh, a 2.
As best you can tell, it's just a lock. There does not appear to be anything magical about it in the slightest.
A beefy big boy lock is what you're saying.
Okay. Can I do the same thing?
Not even a beefy
on the...
big boy lock. It looks like just a deadbolt.
Can I do the same thing on the door?
The door itself also appears to be just a door.
Okay.
You do not notice anything out of the ordinary or arcane about the door.
You figured everything else says they wouldn't stop at the doors, but you know.
Does anybody have like a lock picking kit?
Anyway, I will rejoin from the car. I gotta go pick Rachel up.
I have my body.
Oh, Goblin.
How sturdy does this door look?
Oh, but also I think I have a lockpicking kit. I'm pretty sure. Please check my inventory for me, Clay. But yeah, bear back.
Yeah, don't you have like a criminal contact and shit?
He's got tinker's tools and a crowbar.
Yeah, crowbar is a lockpick.
Yeah, we could try and break the lock with a crowbar.
What's going on? I had to pee. And I
We could
grabbed
try
a
and
nap.
break the lock off the door with the crowbar.
Has no one gone in the room where that dude is like?
First, before we do any of this, I'm just gonna
Standing
try and open the door.
Okay, the handle moves, but the door is like deadbolted closed.
Okay.
Has anyone walked through has gone to see the dude standing up, staring at us down the hallway? No. He's just staring.
Just
Can we try and-
standing, unmoving.
Is he chained? What do his arms look
His arms are down at his side like this. Like straight out, straight down.
like? Can I go in that room?
Say again?
Can I go into that room?
That's just further down the hallway.
Sure.
Okay, so you kind of go further down the hall. Your torch, as you get to go further this way, your torch's light goes less and less far. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw for me. As you take your first step past these two doors in the hallway, you're overcome by this overwhelming sense of fear.
Cool. I'm gonna back up.
You back up a little bit. You kind of... You still don't want to go down that hallway, though.
I'm gonna go join Belindo.
I mean, you're right next to him.
Oh,
Yeah, he was about halfway down the hall where those doors are. The thing standing there is about 3/4 of the way down the hall, so that it's probably 10, 15 feet from you. So yeah, locked door. What are we doing about what's going on?
I'm gonna try to use a crowbar to get the door open.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check, I guess, since you're trying to force the door open. 18. So you get the crowbar into the like the crack between the door and the frame, and kind of begin to pull and try to force it open. You hear it creaks a little bit, and it like kind of crackles and crunches slightly. But looking closer, you see it's the door frame that's actually getting like dented by the crowbar as you try and pull it open. The door itself hasn't really moved. You feel like you're just not pulling hard enough to affect the door. Really.
Oh, Rexel.
Can I try and use the crowbar to break the faceplate off the lock to get to the deadbolt
Yeah.
mechanism?
Go ahead and make I guess a sleight of hand check
Okay.
for,
Pry the lockpick
fine,
off?
delicate work.
Yeah.
I don't have
Nope.
I mean, you just have tinker's tools and a crowbar, so we're using your crowbar.
Nobody has a lockpick set.
Nope.
Oh my god! What the
Fortnite
fuck?
had a
What the
lock-
fuck? What the fuck?
You can't quite get the crowbar in there well enough to get it off.
It's one
Can I-
city over here.
Can I try?
Yeah, go for it.
Crowbar?
Are you trying to force the door open or pop the lock open?
Pop the lock.
Okay. You can't.
Pop lock and drop it.
It's a very well made kind of deadbolt. So you can't quite get the crowbar into the crack between the lock itself and the wood of the door. Like you can't find enough purchase to pry it off. It's just slips along the metal and you.
You said it's a wooden door though?
Yeah.
Can I keep fucking hammering at it until I make a fucking
Make a strength check.
purchase? Mother of God, Miles.
You've got the strength, right? You've got the power is not the issue. It's your precision that's not quite there. You're hitting it, but you've not hit it in the same place twice yet. You're hammering all around where you're trying to hit.
We're like a bunch of fucking monkeys.
And I will also say, you're making a lot of noise. This is not a quiet activity.
Great. Can I look through the keyhole?
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Wow.
Okay. So you kind of look through this little keyhole there, and looking in, you see a lot of blue and green light, moving light, like patterned, rhythmic light, and you see what might be somebody sitting in a chair leaning forward.
Can I whisper into the keyhole?
Yeah.
Hey, let me in! No. Hello. Can you unlock the door?
No response from inside.
I just want to point out if he didn't hear you banging on the door
Fair. That's
300
fair.
times, he's not gonna hear you whispering.
About to rip my dick out and stick it in his keyhole. Maybe that's the key.
Probably the key.
Improvised lockpick.
So who has a torch on them?
I do.
I
So
do.
it's a wooden door, right?
Yeah.
We could light it on fire.
Light it on fire.
Say hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
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 Yeah, sure.
I have a tinder box though. I could start like a actual fire. Anybody got an axe? Just let's just chop this fucker down.
I don't have an axe.
You just have those cool swords.
Dagger.
Cool swords.
So what are we doing? What's the plan?
I'm thinking like that zombie in the kitchen has the key. Or the key is coming from the mirror somehow, but I doubt it.
Maybe that object had the key in it or on it.
What?
You were underwater. Say that again.
The object that your reflection was trying to hand you.
It just said it was a piece of metal with like green writing on it.
Maybe the writing is a clue.
What if the key's on the kitchen zombie though?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Or what about the zombie that's bound in the hallway?
I don't know if that's a zombie.
Or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it is.
That could be some kind
That
of
could be
like,
like a lich or some shit, man.
or just like a cursed body, or like there's like some kind of enchantment on that hallway or curse or something that's like causing us to have to make saves. The reason I knew that was because like when I sent my cat down there, my cat had to make the same charisma save once it went past the doors.
Right.
So that's why I didn't go past the doors.
Gotcha.
But you didn't take any damage, which is good. You just felt an immense amount of fear. So that's not terrible. We could try and go further and just try and make saves if you guys want, since it doesn't seem like we'll be taking any damage.
And there was no other door in the library, in the study.
Not that I.
Just the when you the Belinda one.
Just the shelves. All the books were glowing with like a disgustingly yellow, like a dehydrated piss yellow color. When I did an Arcana check on the room, and the mirror was glowing a sky blue color.
Well, maybe we shouldn't go through that door because the locked door, just because like
Doesn't want to be
blue
there.
and green lights through that door. Although I didn't do an Arcana check, so.
Yeah, it might not be related to the same thing. Yeah. Anyway, I need to switch back to my computer. I'm home. I'll be back.
Okay, home. I'm dead.
So what are we doing?
I can't believe Jordan held hands with that mirror.
Cut his own arm.
That was
I don't
funny.
I don't know.
I say we go down the hallway and
Charisma save our way down the hallway.
just try and make saves, see if we can get closer to whatever the fuck that thing is, and try and figure out what it is. Because it's not moving. Just seems like it's like cursed
Who's got high charisma?
or enchanted.
I don't think any of you have particularly high charisma, I'll be honest. Oh, you know who has really high charisma right now? Falros.
What up?
Falros has a very high charisma at this exact second.
That's exact-
Yeah.
Oh, is that your special trait, Dustin? Your
I don't
charisma?
know. What do you want me to charisma?
So like when you go past the
Demon.
2 doors at the end of this like hallway where this thing seems to be like held in place by something. It seems to be an inanimate figure that doesn't really seem to move. But like there's some weird curse or enchantment on the hallway that causes you to make a charisma save if you go past the 2 doors on either side.
Going towards the figure?
Yeah, going towards the figure. But when Miles did it, he didn't take any damage when he failed his charisma save. He just felt an immense amount of fear. So I figure it's worth a shot to like try and get closer to this thing and figure out what it is if we're not going to take any damage, if we're just going to like I don't know, change our sanity or like feel fearful and run away.
Can I cast Mage Hand and touch it on the shoulder?
Yeah. You cast Mage Hand, and you send it down the hall and it kind of alights on this thing's shoulder. No movement. No reaction. Actually, you know what? Everybody make perception checks.
Oh no, not that.
That one. Perceive this. You
Perception.
pleb. God, cool, Miles, you're good.
So Belindo and Falros and Rexel, as Falros's mage hand alights on this thing's shoulder, you hear a faint gargling sound
From the thing?
from down the hallway.
Towards the thing.
That direction.
Okay.
Just trying to see how non-committal I can be with these answers.
Yeah.
From inside the house, yes.
The direction towards the thing or the direction away?
The sounds are coming from inside the house. That is correct. The call came from inside the house? Yes.
No, the best answer would be the best answer would be to both of those after I said is yes.
Here.
The sound happened. Yep.
I no longer have to drive, and I
And
can
then
now
I'd
drink
clarify,
beer.
be like before, like away or to the thing, and you'd be like
Yeah.
yes.
Uh-huh. But yeah, there's a kind of gargling sound from down the hall. Very faint.
Like a Like a Murloc gargle? Like a
No. Like
Thank God.
Like something growling.
the sound of someone trying to breathe with a mouth full of blood.
Oh. Is that a very accurate description of the sound we're hearing?
Only one way to find out.
Can I cast Cure Wounds?
On
the sound?
On the thing?
Sure.
Yep.
I need to read how Cure Wounds works. Hang on.
Oh, is it Final Fantasy logic where you cast Cure on the dead thing and it hurts it?
Hey, quick, cast revive ally. We're fine.
Or it's
Yeah.
not dead and it's alive and then we help it.
I think that's how it worked in 3.5. I think in 3.5, if you cast healing spells on undead, it
Yes, that is how it worked in 3.5. Nick, roll 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. So 1d8 plus 3.
.5 was
Ah.
not bad.
No, don't do that. You have to touch whatever it is that you're casting Cure Wounds on.
Well, get on in there.
Better run.
Okay, I'll go then since everyone else has a vagina.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, I don't have the whole picture here. What am I being a pussy about?
Oh, I touched it with my hand.
With your mage hand.
Yeah.
Your mage hand.
He touched a thing that
I was
was
about to
that
stick it
we
inside
thought was
its
bound to
mouth
the
and
wall.
bring back whatever it was gurgling.
Yeah. You should have done like the finger thing on its
Oh, see, it's not D&D anymore. It's Scooby.
You start running down the hall. You start. All right, so you're approaching it now.
All right. I'm gonna
Okay.
move down the hallway
As you
towards
step
it.
past these doors, please make a charisma saving throw for me.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna.
Oh,
Your
fuck.
foot doesn't even reach the floor before this like primal sense of fear washes over you. And you find you find your body unwilling to cooperate with you as you try and walk down the hall.
Alright. Next person.
So, right now, Belindo and Shino are both afflicted by the afraid, the feared condition, which means that you cannot approach whatever it is that's affecting you with that condition without passing a wisdom save. So you can try again, but you have to pass a wisdom save.
Well, that's good. My wisdom's higher.
Not high enough. Well, that's Shino.
That was mine. That was mine.
Can I shove Belindo past it?
Just push me in there.
Okay, I'm
Alright,
gonna
Belinda,
I'm gonna have
roll
you
steady check.
both.
Are you strong enough?
So Tobias make a
shove.
strength check. Belindo make a strength save.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's useless. Anyway.
No, try it. Okay, so Tobias, you feel two little hands on the back of your legs try to push you forward. Your arms immediately go out to the walls. Like without any input from you, you grab onto the door frames, and Tobias's push it does nothing.
Alright. After I shrug Tobias off,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try and approach it.
Okay,
Nice.
you
I'll do it on my
you
own.
will your body to cooperate, and you begin to move down the hall. And as you do, your torchlight is less and less effective. Until you're standing right in front of this thing. And your light just barely even reaches it. And you see a body.
Hi, Tobarino.
Definitely human.
Boy.
Definitely old. It's fixed in place by metal rods, almost looks like rebar, that's been wound through its body, like through its arm, winding back and forth, through its chest, up into its neck, pushing in right here, through its torso, through and around its legs, and sunk into the ground, pinning its body in place. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. If you would be so kind. Its eyes are... Where its eyes should be, I should say, are empty sockets. Kind of a dark, very dark brownish, reddish brown, the color of long dried blood. Its mouth is... its head is pushed back slightly, and its mouth is open, and you see a piece of that metal goes up the right side of its jaw and back out the left side. The inside of its mouth is full of blood. Fresh, liquid blood. Floating right on top is a piece of metal about this big, dark gray, almost black, with green writing on it. The green writing glows slightly in your torchlight. And as you stand there looking at it, you hear a gargling sound and a few bubbles come up through the blood.
You wanna go to Mom? I can put you back down.
I am going to grab the green piece of metal.
Kind of reach into its mouth. You grab the piece of metal. The blood just runs right off it. Like water on a...
Like it's hydrophobic.
Yeah, like water on a hydrophobic surface. It just runs right off, and it's perfectly clean in your hands. Probably about this big. Kind of like a jagged... it almost looks like an arrowhead. Made of a dark, gray metal. Almost looks like... you know what? It almost looks like the same kind of metal the frame of the mirror was made of. That kind of like wrought steel. The green writing is like carved into it. Well, it's like their writing has been carved into it and then filled in with whatever this green material is. It does not glow on its own, but it almost glows the way like glow in the dark things glow. Like when your torchlight hits it, it's got that kind of glow to it. As you remove this piece of metal from the corpse's mouth, the whole body kind of shudders. And the metal running through it creaks and groans, and you watch it begin to pull down into the ground, and the body kind of lowers about 2 inches. The metal in the mouth runs out, and through the 2 holes in its bottom jaw, you see blood just pour out down its chest. Your torchlight expands back out to cover the hallway again. Shino, you no longer are affected by the fear status effect.
Yay!
And from behind you, pretty far behind you, like not in the hallway, those of you who are still kind of at the end of the hallway, you hear this better. You hear the sound of someone knocking on a window.
Is this from down the hallway where the mirror is kept?
Past that. Like past all the way back, like even past the entryway, like from the room that was to the right of the front door. That kind, like that far back. It's not like an urgent knocking, not like hey help kind of knocking, just like a.
I'm gonna inspect this arrowhead-looking runic thing further in the torchlight.
The writing on it is not a part of a shape that you recognize. It is not a whole shape. This is based on the way that it kind of is formed. It's clearly a part of a larger thing. It's meant to fit. Like you can see the spots where it would fit together with another piece, or maybe another 2 pieces to form a larger section.
We gotta find the pieces, boys.
Yeah.
The metal is ice cold in your hand. And even if you like hold it between your palms like this and try and warm it up, it remains frigid.
I'm going to go back into the room where the mirror is.
Okay. You walk back into the room. It's exactly as you left it.
I'm gonna walk in front of the mirror again.
You walk up to the mirror. Your reflection's there again. Just looking at you.
I'm gonna hold the piece that I took from the mouth up to the mirror.
It looks at it, like its head kind of rolls and it looks at it. Its head kind of rocks back slightly, and the cut on its neck reopens. Your neck begins to itch like crazy again. It reaches its fingers in and pulls that piece of metal back out. And looking you dead in the eyes, it offers it out to you.
The only unsettling part is that his neck is itching.
Yeah. Like taking it will open the wound in his own neck, and like.
We don't know that.
No, we don't know that for sure. But I mean, like, I cut my own arm.
Well,
What we're
that was
seeing
because-
in the mirror is not real.
This thing is offering the stone to me. Is the stone still inside the mirror, or is anything protruding?
There is nothing protruding from the surface of the mirror.
Yeah, I think physically taking it would mean going into your own neck and taking it.
Can I feel my neck
Yeah.
Oh god.
to see if there's anything?
Kind of
Here we go.
start feeling your neck.
Open up Pandora's box here.
Go ahead and make a sanity check for me, Nick.
Oh no.
Damn.
Nice.
Oh.
No,
It's not necessarily a good thing for
no,
sanity.
you're not crazy. There's something in your neck. There's something hard and flat in your neck. You can feel it. Right here. Sitting like this in your neck, just under your skin. You can feel a jagged, almost triangular, very, very cold object just below the skin. And as you start feeling your neck, out of the corner of your eye, you see your reflection still holding the piece up. Just raise its other arm and point at you. And its hand starts kind of shaking. Not in like a, like exerting a great effort kind of way, just kind of like general, like just shakiness.
I'm gonna hold my neck where I believe the stone to be, and back away from the mirror.
Okay. You back up, and as you back up, your reflection vanishes, and your neck feels completely normal. There's nothing in your neck. You're sure of it.
Is there a way to extract this without cutting his fucking neck open?
I don't think it's in my neck. But I do think there's a way to get it out of the mirror.
You
I
think it's in
think
your
so.
back?
Try touching it to the mirror, maybe. Like that.
I mean, Jordan didn't really take any damage when he got grabbed. Even though it looks like it was burned where he got grabbed. But he only took damage from where he cut himself. So if I try and take it and it grabs me, okay.
It's a good.
I'm gonna call everyone else into this room.
Okay. You get everyone else's attention, and Nick, Belindo kind of asks you guys to come into the room.
I go.
I walk.
I have trauma associated with this room.
Yeah, because you wanted to hold the goddamn mirror's hand. Now it looks like we may have to try at least. Is everyone did everyone come in the room?
Yes.
All right.
I say to everybody, look, that mirror made me try to chop my own hand off. just a heads up. Don't
So-
believe a thing it says.
I'm gonna show the piece that I took out of the thing's mouth to everyone with the green runes on it or whatever it is,
Okay. You guys see this jagged piece of metal.
and explain that when you stand in front of this mirror for long enough, what appears to be your own reflection of either what you are now or what you were before you came into this body basically takes something that looks like this out of its own body and tries to hand it to you. And I want to see if I can somehow extract a piece of this from the mirror by just grabbing it.
The mirror.
However, I do believe the mirror has malicious intent. So, the reason that I called you guys in here is to stop me if you see me doing something like chopping my own arm off or anything that would possibly cause me any physical harm if
Like
I
this.
try and grab this thing from the mirror. And we can all do this. Supposedly, maybe we can all do this and get all the pieces. Maybe this is how we're supposed to get all the pieces, but if not, then like we'll know that this mirror is just here to fuck with us. But so I'm gonna let them know that I'm gonna try and grab the piece when it's presented to me, and if it seems like I'm gonna die or get sucked into the mirror or something might happen to me or I seem in distress, to just pull me away from the mirror. Sound fair?
That's fair.
Yeah, do it, bro.
Perfect.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk up to the mirror again and hold the piece up.
You approach the mirror, and as you do, your reflection appears there again. It goes through the motion of rocking its head back. The wound splits back open. Your neck itches. It grabs the piece out of its neck. Looking right at you.
Fuck.
I
Anyone have a scalpel?
got
Why don't you ask
Like
someone? Why don't
tanks,
you
right?
ask someone to feel your neck to see if we feel it when you are-
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Tobias to feel. Well, no, Tobias might be.
He's very short.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Shino to feel my neck.
Yeah. Also, I think I'm gonna crawl into my sack.
Okay, you
Unless Rexall unless Rexall minds.
Where is it? Right here.
Go for it.
yeah.
Get into my sack.
So you
I'll
crawl
feel
up
it, yeah.
Rexel and get into your sack. Shino, you touch Belindo's neck, right where he's telling you to touch. Feels completely normal. You feel nothing out of the ordinary in his neck.
There's nothing.
So I'm gonna touch my neck.
There's something under your skin. There's something cold and metallic just below the surface of your skin.
All right.
You've never been more sure of anything in your entire life.
I'm gonna hold my hand out in front of the
Okay.
mirror.
You hold your hand out. And you see the hand holding the shard comes out through the metal of the mirror, grabs you by the wrist. Its other arm comes out and grabs you around your neck like this. The hand holding the shard reaches towards your neck and begins to cut you open with the shard. You guys watch as a cut appears on Belindo's neck, slowly kind of scraping its way across right here.
Oh wow. Can I
what do we
smash
do?
the mirror? I want to smash the mirror with my fucking stick.
It's not a mirror. It's a piece of metal.
Hang on.
Around the back of Belindo's neck, you see a handprint right here, almost like it's being burned into his neck. The cut.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm gonna push him away.
Yeah. We pull him away.
You okay. I need everyone who's going to attempt to pull Belindo away to make a strength check.
Oh God, I hope we don't yeet his arms off. Shit.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
So many people.
The three of you grab Belindo and pull. The burn handprint right here gets across his neck as Belindo goes flying back out into your arms. His neck is still bleeding. The cut's still there.
Okay, I'm gonna run back towards the mirror.
You run back up to the mirror.
And I'm gonna see if I can get my finger in the.
Your reflection's head is just rolled all the way back, and there is a large cut that just runs all the way across right here. Your reflection's head is hanging onto its shoulders by half of a neck as it's just rolled back like this. You kind of like feel in your neck, and you feel a thin metal object in your neck.
Can I try and pull it out through the
You
cut that's
start
already
pulling,
there?
and it's a little bit too big for the cut that was made.
Can I use the jagged edge of the arrowhead to try and make?
You grab the other one and you cut a little bit larger, and you're able to kind of pull this piece out. You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the blood on this other shard, this other piece of metal, just runs right off it, just like the first one.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
You cast Cure Wounds on yourself. That's, what is that? 1d1. So roll 1d8. So, okay, 7 plus. Yeah, you're completely healed. The wound on your neck kind of closes up. Normally, every time you've used Cure Wounds, it's left no visible mark that there was ever anything there. You see a thin white line right where that cut was. The burn on your neck no longer hurts, but you guys can see a burned handprint on Belindo's neck right here.
So we got a second.
You hold the two pieces kind of next to each other, and almost like a magnet, they pull together.
All right,
This is-
who's next?
You've got about a third of a circle.
A third of the circle. Which
I'll,
means
I'll stand in front of it next. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Gondrus, you step up to this mirror and you look at your reflection. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Me neither.
12. Okay.
What the fuck?
The longer you sit there, the less your reflection looks like you, and more it looks like the reflection of who you were before you died. Until eventually, it's not Gondrisk the Furbolg staring back at you. It's the person you were before you died.
Do I need like a piece of? Give me the whatchamacallit.
I'll give him the arrowhead.
Okay.
Or what was an arrowhead?
You hand him this flat piece of metal. You're holding it, and your reflection is not mirroring your motions at all. It's not. It's just kind of standing there, slightly slack-jawed, 1,000-yard stare, just looking right through you.
1,000 years of pain.
1,000 years of pain.
You may not have a piece in you.
Can I stand in front of this mirror too?
Yeah, let's hand it off to somebody else. See if something else.
Yeah, Shino, make an investigation
I'm gonna
check.
stand in front. I wanna re-meet my
Penis.
my hand grabber friend.
How is this gonna, like, what if I get close to the mirror, mine goes to grab me, but, you know, Tobias is right there.
Oh yeah, Tobias, you're
right,
in the pouch.
right. Oh yeah, I can't do it unless Rexall.
Shino, the same thing happens to you. You stand in front of the mirror, and the longer you stand there, the less your reflection looks like your current body, and it begins to look more and more like who you were before you died. Until the person looking back at you is the person who you were before you died.
This is cursed.
Maybe it's just the first person that goes and looks at the mirror.
Is it doing anything?
It's just standing there, staring right through you. Like, it's not even, your reflection's not even, like, its eyes aren't focused on you. It's focused at some point off behind you. It's looking off into the middle distance.
Where the follow its eyes.
Looks like the mirror gave us what it was gonna give us.
Can I give the mirror something? No, I'm just kidding. Can I touch the mirror?
You reach out and you touch the mirror, and it's cold under your hand.
Can I punch the mirror?
Sure. Roll an attack.
Fuck
You
yeah.
gonna punch solid metal?
D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Fuck, 20. Oh, hell
'Kay.
yeah. Where's my dex mod?
Roll damage.
You're a crit all over this mirror, dude.
23.
Roll
Yeah,
damage.
crit all over
1d4 plus your strength. And double the dice roll.
Oh. Plus my strength is plus 4.
So 8 total. Okay. You reel back and you punch the mirror, and it dents where you punch it. Your reflection vanishes. The polished part of the metal immediately tarnishes, and the whole thing is none of it is reflective anymore.
For anybody?
Fucking
It's
broke.
the mirror is dented and like matte. There is zero reflection to it.
Just broke the mirror.
Hell yeah.
7 years bad luck.
No, isn't it if it's cracked? If it cracks?
Breaks.
It wasn't even a mirror.
Yeah, it wasn't even a mirror.
Want to try that sentence again, Nick?
Yeah.
In English this time?
Put these curses on me, Jordan!
No.
Joe.
Who's Joe?
Shut up.
Sorry.
Joe Montagna.
And there was nothing else where that body was? Down that hall?
There's another door, and the hallway turns right at the end.
Can I instant transmission over there?
Walk back over there. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, past the body?
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk right past it.
Oh.
There's a closed door on your left. The hallway turns to the right, and it's just another very short hallway, and then there's a door right there.
Can I squibba-dabba-doop-boop open that door?
I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific on which door you're opening.
Well, you said...
There's one on your left and there's one on your right.
Oh. Sorry, you said you went down the hall...
Yeah,
okay.
well, the hallway turns right, and there's another door right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of left and right
There
going
are,
on in my brain
yes.
right now.
There's
Yeah.
there's a door on your left and there's a door on your right.
Left and door on my right.
Door on your right. You open it up. Wait, is it you're going through the one on your right?
I don't know. I'm debating here. Can I like... Fuck, I don't know. Can I look through the keyhole?
This one, neither of these have keyholes.
Kill me.
They're both just the same as the door on the study. Just solid wood
Can
with
I-
doorknobs.
Stealthily open the door on the left?
Door on the left? Absolutely.
Solid wood.
So you open that door up, you push it open, and you're looking into what looks like a master bedroom kind of situation. You see ahead of you there's a kind of like a drawer, some drawers, a couple of sitting chairs. You can see the end of a bed on the right, past like a small little entrance hallway into this room.
Say that last part one more
So
time.
there's like a little entrance hall here, and you see the end of a bed. You can just like it's poking out from the edge of this little entrance hallway. You see the end of a bed.
There's nothing else in the room?
Well, yeah, yes, but it's around a little
Besides
corner.
the- Okay. I guess I will stealthily walk
Okay.
around the corner.
You kind of walk in a little bit, and you can now see the whole room. You see on your right a bed. Large, very comfortable looking. It would look very comfortable. It looks like it was at one point a comfortable bed. Looks like it could still be fine, were it not for the mass of flesh sitting in the center of it. Taking up sitting like a circular, sitting almost in the center of this mattress, probably 4.5 feet tall off the surface of the bed, just kind of large blob of flesh. You see, like it's smooth, weirdly hairless, and sticking out of it occasionally, you see an arm here. There's a leg there. You see half of a head, like the surface of the fleshy blob is like this. You see a head like this coming off of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna back up and close the door gently.
Okay, you back up and you close the door. You're back out in the hall.
Can I check that other door stealthily? I already know what the fuck that is. I ain't fucking with that.
You do know what that
What
is?
kind of lady? That's what that is.
You? Oh yes.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
You
good
turn
with
around
that.
and you go through the door on the other side of the hallway. You just open it very gently. And you see an almost empty room. Nothing on the walls, no furniture. Save for in the dead center of the room, there's a pedestal. On top of the pedestal is... I don't even know what to call it. One of those, like, glass domes that food would be served under.
Orb? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking. It's glass though.
It's
not
glass. You can
metal.
see through it.
Okay.
And you see sitting... Nick, if you're talking, you're muted.
Sorry.
I was gonna say it's like what's over the rose in. The
Yes,
Beauty and
very
Beast.
similar to that. Yes. Sitting right on top of the pedestal underneath this glass dome is a tarnished brass key.
Can I check for booby traps?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Cool. You know what that is? Yeah, I played D&D before. God.
All right, wise guy. What is it?
It's traps with boobies in them.
It's booby traps. It's a fucking blob.
Oh, that's real
Come on,
specific.
man.
There's plenty of blobs in D&D.
It's straight up gonna like. It remind it. Fuck. What's that movie?
It's like the gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
The blob.
It's just like the blob. It's just gonna expand and keep fucking sucking.
Okay.
Give me the good.
You
suck.
don't see any booby traps in this room. You don't see where one would even be hidden. The walls are barren. The ceiling is barren. There's like just very simple wooden floor. You don't.
Is there anybody with me?
I don't know. Did anyone go with Shino?
I did not go with Shino. Thus,
I
Tobias
don't
did not
think
go with Shino.
anybody.
I think
I'm
you're
gonna
by
go
yourself.
back and I'm gonna go back and ask someone to.
I'll
show
go
for me.
with Chino.
I need a
Thank you.
chaperone.
My number one anime waifu, Belindo.
You guys head down the hall
We
back to
know.
this room.
I'm gonna step forward to open
Okay.
the thing.
Oh, is the key floating?
No,
It's just laying
just
on the
laying
pedestal.
on the pedestal.
Yeah, just grab it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna
You
grab
check
it.
and you grab the handle on top of the glass dome.
Damn, Dustin.
Oops.
You grab the kind of knob thing at the top of the glass dome to lift it off, and you feel a cold hand drop down on top of yours.
Is it like sensually? dropping
Just kind of
down
just
on-
gently just like rests on yours.
Can you still lift the thing?
Can I still lift my hand up?
You try and lift your hand. Your hand is frozen in place. You hear a voice in your left ear whisper, "Hello, Shino. Interested in my key, are we?"
Maybe.
Why would that be? What do you have to give me?
You better start making some pants.
What have you for me, Shino?
Who are you?
Not important.
It's a ghost of Christmas.
The ghost of Christmas past. Listen,
What are you seek? What are you seeking? What do you seek? What do you search for?
I just need something that would be a fair trade for the key. I know you have things to offer me, Shino. I've been following you for a very long time.
The fuck? Is this?
Have you never noticed me?
Is this? No.
You've never
Doctor-
you've never
Dr.
seen
Kringleheimer?
someone just in the corner of your eye?
No.
Wasn't that something Falros used to
That's
say
a
a lot?
shame. I've been with you from the very beginning. Oh,
It sounds like that weird merchant guy.
Yeah. It sounds like the dude on the mountain.
how I wept when your family died.
Oh,
I'll fucking whip
God.
my 20-inch dick out and shove it down your throat.
That's all with the deadly weapon.
And then and then again when you died. It took me so long to find you. In this new body of yours.
This better not be fucking.
Don't you look different?
Is this?
Pastor Daniel?
Wait, no, hold on. Is this Hideo Kojima?
I forgot that the villain in her backstory was named Hideo Kojima.
And you gotta say the catchphrase.
Kept you waiting, huh? I've developed a new Strand type game.
God. Does it involve memes?
Of course, we're all memes.
Does it involve buttholes?
No. In fact, if you try and look at Norman Reedus' butthole, it'll punch you.
Doesn't exist.
What have you for me?
What are you then?
I'm offended that you don't know.
Then tell me.
Does it really matter? All that matters is that I've been following you for quite some time.
I want to know who my creepy stalker is.
Creepy stalker, that's no way to speak to me.
Well then, tell me your name, and then you are not creepy in my book anymore.
Make a perception check for me.
Or a performance check, I'm just kidding.
Persuasion.
You see in your reflection in this glass, a very faint reflection, you see kind of a pale blue face just over your shoulder. No one's ever given me a proper name or anything, but I suppose you could call me Mitsuri for old time's sake. So, Shino, what have you for me? Surely someone such as you must have something.
Punch him in the dick.
Are you searching for
Something of equal value. This key clearly means something to you. You wouldn't be trying to pick it up. So I want something from you that's just as important.
But then are you not bound here forever if you are following me?
No, this is not my home.
But that is your key.
Maybe. For our purposes here it is.
Now you are just lying to me.
Well, I don't know about lying. But
Make an insight check.
I found it first, so you can't have it.
Hey, Melindo, come here and try and take this key. Oh, God damn it!
Somebody else.
I like when Clay's whole face.
I'm
goes
gonna do
blurry.
an Arcana check on the.
You like when what, Jordan?
When your whole face goes blurry. Your whole face went like full blur for a
I
second.
move fast enough.
No, now you're just killing your brain cells.
I don't have any left anyway.
Fair deal.
Can I see anything with my Arcana check?
It's kind of like a weird glow around Shino, but that's about it. Nothing in this room jumps out to you as magical.
To be fair, Shino always looks like he has a bit of a glow to him. You know, he's.
It's been pregnant for a while now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's simply glowing.
What is he at, like 7 months now? Is
Something like that, yeah.
7.5.
Oh wow, we're getting close.
Gonna touch my key or not? Let's see you grab it.
It's this kind of behavior, Miles, that got you in this predicament.
Aggressively telling people to touch your key is how you ended up like this. What'd you say, Nick?
I was gonna say we should cast Mage Hand and use that to lift the
Do I look like a sorcerer?
glass dome.
I have cool swords. I have nothing else.
And Belinda
Maybe
just
you
has this stick, but I mean, come
Maybe
on.
you should give him one of your swords.
Oh god.
I have too many cool swords to give away.
I shouldn't have.
Just give them all away. It's cool.
Shouldn't have sold the one I gave you then.
All right. I'm gonna
Eat
try
my
and
ass, John.
I'm gonna try and lift Shino's forearm that's
Oh.
holding the glass dome.
Okay. You put your hand under his and you lift his hand right up, and the glass dome comes right up.
Alright, I'm gonna grab the key.
As soon as Belindo touches the key, Shino, you hear a screeching in your left ear.
How could you trick me? Look at me!
He is a deceptive little devil, isn't he?
Look at me!
I can't. Where do I look?
You see a pair of ghostly eyes right here.
You think this is over? Hmm? You got the key and that's it. That's all you're going to see of me. I'm going to haunt you until the day you die again. And I'm going to make
I'm gonna
your afterlife
I'm gonna
a
wiggle
living fucking
around.
hell. You understand me?
comes out.
Break the glass.
I'm gonna wiggle his forearm and
You let go of the dome, it flies across the room. The ghost has not moved. She's still there threatening you.
You said she?
Yeah?
Oh.
Alright, that changes everything. I'm gonna try and fuck this ghost now.
Already threatening to shove your 20-inch dick down his fucking throat.
Yeah, you already
You
done
ready?
into
I'm
some
gonna
of
try
the
and fuck this ghost.
foreplay.
Alright. You'll never leave me because you're my stalker mystery.
If there's something strange on Miles Talk, who you gonna call?
Nut busters.
20
Not
incher.
bust the 20
busters.
incher.
The
When
20.
it, when it, when it, when it, when it.
20, 20,
I ain't afraid of no nut.
20, 20, 20 inches, 20. Alright.
Maybe this is my last.
Alright, so I got the key and I'm gonna go out of the room.
I mean, it's my.
The 20 incher to show mystery.
I mean, it's my second beer, but maybe it's the last.
Clay, were you not ready for this? Were you not ready for Shino to fuck a ghost?
Who could?
How could I have been ready for that? Quick question.
By knowing Miles, by being friends
I mean,
with Miles.
You remember
we did eat a dead guy.
right?
So, I mean,
Right?
anything's possible.
And no, Adam's got a point. You started this after we ate the god. Like, you should just expect.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
I even made a joke.
Also,
about
Miles,
being
it's not
hungry when
20,
I
it's
saw
10.
Arms.
Oh, is it 10? I thought it was 20.
No, it's 10.
Oh, that's Jordan's dick.
That is correct.
My
Oh,
dick
yeah.
is huge. I rolled
Okay.
for it.
So, Nick, you
I
leave the
rolled
room?
Well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the room with the lock
Okay.
on it.
Is Miss Mystery still whispering sweet nothings into my ear?
No, after she says, I'm going to make your after...
I just want to let you know that Shino fucking falls automatically in love after finding out it's a girl.
After she says, I'm going to make your afterlife a living fucking hell, she screeches one more
I get
time
a
and
boner.
vanishes.
Well, I get a boner.
Great. Get the...
Ias notices his boner and points it out to everybody.
You're publicly shamed in the hallway of this haunted house. Dick.
The figures appear in the mirror and start pointing at his boner.
Your reflection goes,
Shaking, just shaking a little bit.
Belinda draws a picture of the bulge.
Ah, God.
It gets even stronger and more erect with every fucking drawing.
Cool,
I
very
hate you
cool.
all.
Love this.
Not
Love
even
what's
that.
happening right now. All right. So Shino goes over to the locked door. I'm just gonna move
No,
past. Sorry,
This just said
Belindo.
Miles and Clay both banned from Twitch.
What did you say?
I said this just in Miles and Clay both banned from Twitch.
Great. So Belindo goes back up to the locked door. You gonna try the key and lock?
Yes.
Door unlocks. You push the door open.
Go.
If it is a push.
It is a push.
If it is, I just okay. Then I'm a fucking.
In
idiot.
front of you, you see there's the first thing that really catches your eye, which is the funnel of light in the air pouring down into what looks like a leather pouch, a leather bag. Kind of a swirling vortex of green and blue light coming down from the ceiling of this room, pouring into this bag.
Nothing unusual.
No,
about
nothing
that.
at all. On your right through the door, you see what looks like a kind of a desk. At that desk, you see a very thin, long, kind of gaunt, spidery-limbed individual sitting at a chair, leaning forward with a sword through the back of its head, coming out of its open mouth, jammed into the desk in front of it. There's paper all over the desk. Some of it has scratched frantic writing on it. This body is not wearing a shirt. In its back, you see that there are like a section of its back has a circular shape has been carved out of its back.
Is it just a circle? You say a circular shape. Is it just
It's
a circle,
it's
or
a
is there
little
more
it's a
to
little
it?
wiggly, but it's a circle.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's hard to carve that into. I appreciate the attempt at a perfect circle.
It's a good band.
No, well,
I mean,
okay. I wasn't talking about the band, but yeah.
it's
Ah.
literally Tool though.
Did you know that every progressive rock band that uses weird time signatures is Tool?
Oh my god.
No, literally, it's Tool.
Oh.
It's not Tool. They're different band members.
What are you guys doing in this new room?
So I'm gonna inspect the sword.
I was gonna rip the sword out of the guy's chest.
Okay, it's going through the back of his head, but sure.
Or neck.
It looks like just kind of a normal sword. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about it. It looks like it's kind of a dull grayish metal. Does not look strange outside of its placement in any way.
Okay. I'm gonna beckon Gondrisk over with a black piece of metal and see if it in any way fits in this guy's back.
Gun, just because you walk over, the metal piece in your hand transforms from being a dark gray metal into human skin and kind of flops in your hand.
Ooh.
I don't know what to do. This is pretty gross.
I bet you
put it right. I'm gonna put it in a circle.
You put it in the circle and it kind of... And the seam at the edge kind of seals up, and there's like a third of the circle has been filled.
Oh.
Hmm.
No longer Tool.
So you think the chef has more of the circle?
Maybe.
Quite possible.
And the blob.
Okay, let's go figure this shit out. Let's go fight a chef.
Alright, let's go fight the chef.
Hell yeah.
It's the point.
That
We're gonna
was
go-
good. That was actually good.
We're gonna go play Iron Chef.
Okay.
Fucking raw.
What?
Different person.
What?
That's
Oh no,
That's Gordon
you're right.
Ramsay.
That's Gordon.
So as you guys head back out into the hallway and then to where like that
He's
kind
the
of
only chef I
entryway, and start to go down that hallway towards the kitchen, you hear that knocking on the glass again.
Can I investigate that?
Yeah.
Wait, so I think I must have missed something when I was going to get Rage. What glass?
It sounds like someone's knocking on one of the windows in the living room.
Oh, okay.
The windows are like boarded up, but Shino, you see so there's 3 windows in this room along the wall, and you see the one on the far left. There's a section up in the top corner that hasn't been boarded up completely, and that's kind of where the knocking sounds like it's coming from.
Man,
Yeah, you go over and look. Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. So you look out the window. It's pitch black outside, save for a pale human face inches from the glass staring back at you, hands pushed up onto it like this. You can see its neck and body kind of fade into the darkness, but it doesn't look like it's standing there looking in the window. It looks like it's hanging down from something, arched up like this, looking into the window. And it's kind of knocking. And as when it notices you notice it, it pushes off and pulls back up like that, away from the window, and vanishes into the darkness.
And then thunder strikes and you hear it in the
yeah,
distance.
that was fucking eerie. I'm gonna move away from the window.
You back away from the window. The wind outside is still howling past.
What the fuck? Okay.
As a long shot, go ahead and make both a history and a religion check for me.
Long shot was my middle name in high school. You said and
Yep.
religion? Hell yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god.
You have heard stories, legends, kind of urban legends, myth, that kind of thing. Tall tales to frighten children at night. Not very common, but occasionally. You've heard stories of the god Modor. Some call him a god. Some say that he just wanders the forests at night. An enormous reindeer-like creature. Kind of very much like a chimera. Back half one creature, front half another. The back is kind of reindeer. The front has long, human-like arms that terminate in claws. And where its head should be, its neck shrinks very quickly and becomes a human torso with human arms and a human head.
Okay. Holy shit.
And the story is to attempt to dissuade children from wandering the forest at night. Say that Modor wanders through the woods. And if he finds something out of place, things don't end well. everything you've heard, everything you've ever heard about Modor points to it being fictional.
Okay.
A story meant to scare children. The same way that, you know, we have, like,
Santa Claus.
Krampus as a story to keep children from being, or like the story of Hansel and Gretel, that kind of thing. Stories meant to scare children away from doing certain things instead of just explaining to them why it's a bad idea. It's that kind of story. But the descriptions of the human torso on the front of Modor describe a pale human with long arms and long dark black hair that hangs down past its shoulders.
Oh, hell no. Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. How big are these windows?
6 feet.
Because that had been pretty...
Probably like 6 feet, 3 feet.
We should be here.
Astute observation.
We should be here. Sorry, we should not be here.
Why?
I just saw a creature through the window.
We see a lot of creatures.
This creature is from olden days. Tells the tale of the god of Modor. This creature is God.
Yeah, well, we eat gods, so.
When it
Yeah, I don't know what you're afraid of.
when it finds something out of place, things go wrong. And it was knocking on the window and it disappeared. We should not be here.
Like, it gets mad when things are misplaced or out of place, rather.
So scary.
Let's go. Should I go put the key back?
Too late for that.
Look, so far Shino has dented this thing's mirror and threw its little glass cover for the key.
Well.
So I'm safe. I've done nothing.
What happened?
Sean's never
Shino's-
done anything wrong in his entire life.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, but see, the difference is that Grath actually had done some wrong things.
Wait, you think Sean hasn't? Look at him. Sean, turn your camera on so we can look at you.
Oh, God.
That's got really weird.
Look at that hair and tell me he hasn't done things wrong.
Clay's hand slides into his boxers.
Tell me he hasn't done something wrong. Tell me.
Tell me he's a bad boy.
I need to hear it.
I'm leaving by.
Peace.
I want to walk up to the bag in the room.
Okay. You get close. This kind of funnel thing, blocks you from standing right over it. But the bag itself just looks like a kind of like a leather sack. Looks like it's about big enough that you could put like a basketball in it, about that size. And it's currently all the way open, kind of flopped out with this funnel. You can't quite tell if it's going in or coming out.
Yeah, just got told there's a god who gets mad when you misplace
Is
things.
the funnel
We've already
like,
misplaced his things. We might as well keep doing it.
is the
Saying, what if
funnel like
Whole house is misplaced.
is it tangible or is it like light, made of light, or
As far as you can tell, it's definitely a real bag.
no, but like the light.
Oh, the funnel.
greenish- Yeah.
It looks like the kind of effect you get when you shine a flashlight at fog. Looks like that.
Is it screaming?
It sounds like rushing sand.
So can I fold the bag up? And
Yeah. So you kind of try to push the mouth of the bag closed.
yeah.
And just snip that flower real quick too. Sorry, I'm just nervous
As you kind of go to do that, it's like you're trying to. It's like you're pushing against a fire hose. Like it's like you're holding a piece of like a 2x4 and walking into a fire hose. Does that make any sense? Yeah, like there's an immense amount of force pushing back against you, and pushing into it is requiring all of your strength, and you don't know how long you can do it for. And you get the sense that even if you did get it closed, if you stopped holding on with all of your strength for even a fraction of a second, it would burst back open. So you can close it if you want to, but there's no guarantee you're going to be able to keep it closed.
Can I just like make an investigation check to see like if I can discern what this is?
Sure. Make an Arcana check as well.
Arcana and
Yeah,
investigation.
go for both.
Yeah, I want to make an Arcana check
Go
as
for it.
well. On the bag itself.
Okay.
The sword, you said it was a dull, rusty sword?
Yeah, it looks like it's been there for a long time. It's kind of a dull metal, not shiny. It doesn't even look sharp.
So, Belindo knows everything.
Yeah, he does. Belindo, you are looking at a bag of holding. You have no idea what this funnel of light is, but the bag itself is a bag of holding.
Can I slip the bag out from underneath the funnel?
Make a strength check.
Flex your muscles.
You can pull on the bag, and it's like it feels like it feels like a plastic bag full of water. Like you can grab it, and it like moves in your hand, but it kind of rolls as you try and pull it, and like you can't really get it to move from that spot. It just kind of like almost sloshes around in place.
Can I move my hand through like the light?
Yeah. So
Or the
you
funnel?
put your hand into the light.
There's the bison for the bag.
No. And also, I wonder how many
You take
points
10
damage
points
taken
of
now.
radiant damage as your hand
Okay.
hits the light, and like you don't go into it, you bounce off of it. Again, like you're trying to you touch the water coming out of a fire hose, like the way it off the surface of it. It feels like that as your hand connects with it. You take 10 points of radiant damage.
Great. Okay. I'm going to cast.
Oh damn! Could I take a reaction to that? Actually, I don't think I can.
No, because it
use
wasn't
spell
an attack.
magic.
It wasn't an action taken by an enemy or by another or an
Well, no,
NPC.
it's a reaction. It's a reaction to when you take damage.
What is
but
it?
It's radiant. It's absorb elements. But radiant damage is not included in this. It just says acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder.
Yeah, it'd have to be something that can deal with radiant damage.
Okay.
Well, what are you doing, Tobias?
Dispel magic.
Okay.
So yeah, read it for a sec, cause it's A spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends for each
Okay.
spell 4th level or higher. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make an ability check using your spellcasting modifier. So it's going to be
So
one d20 plus your wisdom modifier. So 1d20 plus 4.
Yeah. Okay. 17.
Okay. I need to check something real quick. Hang on.
I broke it, guys.
Okay. So, you guys watch as Tobias extends his hand out towards this funnel, this whatever this is, this light show. And you watch as kind of there's like a weird air shimmer that kind of out from his hand. And it kind of hangs in the air. Like my favorite visual description ever, like the air just above hot pavement. I use that all the time, but it's effective, so fuck you. Kind of just hangs in the air. And as this kind of weird visual effect comes in contact with this light vortex, the light fades. And it kind of cuts it off. It fades from the ceiling back into the bag. The bag just kind of sags down. As you all kind of stand there in the sudden silence, the absence of a rushing sound, the body at the desk jerks back a little bit as the sword out from its head into the bag, flying right past you. The desk cracks in several places and into the bag. The room around you begins to fall apart, deteriorate, come apart in chunks, and these chunks into the bag. Flying past you, the wall behind you, the door crumbles and past you into the bag. I need you to all make dexterity saves for me, please.
Fuck, what did I do?
As the room and, in fact, house around you begins to fall apart and be sucked into this bag of holding.
Cool.
Oh no!
How do you beat the boss? You son of a
How do you avoid all of the combat encounters that I had planned? For those of you who do more Smash than think, you don't do them, you send them to the Shadow Realm. They were gonna be good, too. Alright.
Why? I need to just stop using Dispel Magic, because every time I do this, our like, opportunities for a good fight just go away.
Okay, Tobias is the only one who takes... Actually,
disappear.
Rexel. Okay. Tobias...
More damage?
Tobias is the
Cool.
only one that takes damage from this. You're all able to...
Is this considered a booby trap? A trap?
No?
No?
Yeah, actually, sure.
Because then Danger Sense would let me have, what's it called? Give advantage to saving
Okay.
throws.
Well, I mean, you succeeded anyway, so...
Check.
You had it
Oh,
at 12, and Jordan's the only one who didn't, so...
Oh, I'm in the pouch.
Oh, you are in the pouch. That's
I'm in
right,
the
then it doesn't
pouch.
matter. Then Sean dodges it
Oh,
for
okay.
you. Alright, I'll put my d4s away. Okay.
Yes.
So the house around you crumbles, and you all kind of dodge out of the way of this debris as it flies into the sack. You hear a squelching sound and the sound of wet flesh hitting the ground. You look over and you see the Shino. You see the blob that was on the bed rolling across the ground, being sucked towards this bag, and it hits it and kind of gets sucked in, and it breaks apart. And there's blood that kind of gets sprayed out and then back into the bag. The wall to your right, which is falling apart, you hear a slam. And then the large Solomon Grundy looking zombie chef kind of into the bag. Knives go flying in, sucked back in. The pieces of glass kind of into the bag. The mirror, end over end, straight in. You see a couple skeletons go flying past you. Pieces of body kind of like into the bag. There's a glass ball about the size of a softball that kind of like ping ping across the ground. It's clear save for like an artist's rendering of a black hole in the center of it, straight into the bag. The whole house around you eventually into the bag, which then closes, and a little leather tie kind of ties it up.
The whole house was magic.
Comes a skull kind of rolls up to the bag, the last thing that didn't get sucked in. You see a long, pale arm stick out of the bag, grab the skull, and pull back in. You are standing on apparently nothing. This bag of holding is sitting on the ground in front of you. Your torches flicker and flare up and reveal a dark forest around you. Trees that you could not possibly hope to... that even Rexel could not possibly hope to wrap his arms all the way around. Stand around you, disappearing off into a canopy high above. Trees impossibly tall, impossibly old.
I love trees.
You do love trees, and you know your trees. Something's wrong with these trees. You guys see off in the distance, kind of between the trees, as the forest around you seems to almost materialize out of the darkness, kind of away from you, almost like ripples in a pond, kind of away. You see a door off in the distance, 300 feet.
Guys, grab the bag. Let's run for the door.
Those of you with very high passive perceptions.
What is
passive?
On the main page where it says perk, next to your.
What's high?
Read me your passive perceptions. I'm not gonna go flipping through it.
15.
Mine says 4.
Okay.
Mine's
9. What was yours, Adam? 15. 15. And Nick, what's your passive perception? 13. Okay. Those of you who have a 15, from behind you, you hear footsteps.
Nope,
Big
I'm
footsteps.
I'm
the
running.
sound of a large animal, a hoof landing. A second hoof
Rexel, grab the bag
landing.
and run!
You hear the sound of claws digging into the earth.
I'm running.
Do any of you look back?
Yes.
No, I already know what it is.
Adam, okay. Gondrus, you turn your head and you look, and you see just at the edge of the torchlight, probably 60 feet tall, a creature with the back half of like a reindeer or an elk. The front half, looks almost like a lizard except without the scales or lizard skin. Almost human-looking skin, arms that look human but end in long claws. Where its neck should be, there is instead, it kind of shrinks down and becomes a human torso that ends in a human head with human arms. It's got long black hair that hangs down. Coming out of where its shoulders would be are two enormous, an enormous set of antlers, dripping with blood. Its human arms raise up towards you, and you hear a deep, booming voice come from that direction. Give it back. And it begins to charge towards you.
I'm running.
So grab the bag and run like Tobias.
Well, can I even lift this bag that has a
You
house in
grab it, and it's like there's nothing inside.
Oh, I am taking this bag and we are running. We are
Oh, well, yeah, let's go for that
So,
door.
you guys start sprinting towards this door, and this creature running behind you, it's a combination of, like hooves beating against the ground, the sound of these enormous claws digging into the earth and occasionally grabbing onto a tree, which immediately, as soon as its claws hit, it cracks and the tree falls at its strength as it barrels down upon you. Its voice booms in your ears as you run. Give it back. It is mine. You reach the door as the ancient beast Modor bears down upon you. You rush through the door, and as the last one of you barely makes it through, you feel wind across your back as an enormous claw smashes this door out of existence. You turn at the last second to see who would be the last person through the door. I'm assuming that Tobias is in the pouch. Yeah? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Who's the slowest of you? Who's the slowest speed? It's gonna be either Belindo or Falros would be my guess. No, definitely not Falros. It's definitely Belindo. Yeah, but I think Belindo has the lowest dexterity. Belindo, at the very last second, you make it through this door, and you turn just in time to see the tip of one of these claws cut through your clothing as the door is smashed away. You all watch as this door you came out of in the forest just turn to shrapnel and shreds of wood as it's just into the forest. The door is gone. You hear a low, loud, rumbling bellow. The roar of some primal beast enraged from somewhere off in the forest. The moon is rising through the trees that you can see. You see the horses that you bought still tied to that tree. And as Modor's roar fades into the sounds of the forest night, that's where we're gonna end.
Sick.
Cool.
Ending on Modor's roar.
Back at square one.
Modor really mowed that door down.
He did.
Are we all still level 5?
We didn't fight it.
Yeah.
Can everyone give a round of applause for Jordan's shitty joke, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that, Dustin, is that image how you feel after this session?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel that. No. You are all now level 6.
Hell yeah.
Shit. I'm about to drag a thing into the stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do I enter the... I gotta hit.
I guess I can close all 3 of these monster stat blocks.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Don't need those anymore.
How do I... I love how, like, 2 times I've just, like, erased everything and we all level up.
It's great. It's really cool.
I am essentially just erasing the campaign. I'm sorry. I didn't think it would have that insane of an effect. And then if my dispel magics always have that insane of an effect, should we just remove it from my spell list? Honestly.
No, the only reason it worked is because you rolled really well.
I didn't even roll that well.
You rolled well enough.
Okay.
Well, and
Yeah, I know. I was 7 above
Yeah, and
the level of the spell,
Well,
right?
no, you met the level of the spell.
Oh, so it was a level 7 spell?
Plane Shift is a level 7 spell.
Oh. Wild, okay.
So, Jordan, open up the Classes tab, and then click and drag Gun Mage onto your...
How do I get to the Classes tab? I'm on the other menu, where it says Characters, Notes,
Yeah,
Images,
do you not
Story,
have one that says Classes? Okay,
No.
then you gotta go to the Settings cog, and then click Sidebar, and then click Classes.
Well, can't he just, where it says class and level, across from where it is, just click the hourglass, and then on the right side click level up, and it brings up his...
Oh yeah, I guess you can do that too.
That's fine, I have
I don't know how
classes
Fantasy
or-
Grounds is as a player. I've only ever used it as a DM, so...
Level 6 now. That's
And then
it.
make sure you check
I'll go
check
on.
your class pages and make sure you just anything you get at level 6. Make sure you add that. Like
My class.
Jordan, you
page.
get a
Oh, I got another third.
you get a
spell slot,
marksman
which is
feature.
nice. What's that? Where?
Damn, guy.
So under marksman specializations, you can choose one of those.
Oh, marksman specialization. Okay, first level you choose one. Oh, level 6. These weapons.
I don't get shit at level 3 druid.
Do you not?
So, what did I see?
No, doesn't look like it.
I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
sleep.
you get circle spells.
Level 4 monk.
Yay.
Yeah, what?
So
Good
I
night,
can
Dustin.
just choose any of these? No, it doesn't.
Nah.
I can just choose any of these to have?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Oh. Oh no, some of them are not. Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
so,
Never mind.
Adam, circle spells. Your mystical connection to the land infuses you with the ability to cast certain spells. At 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th level, you get access to circle spells connected to the land where you became a druid. Choose that land: Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, or swamp, and consult the associated list of spells. So you were your forest, right? So you can...
Be right back.
What'd you say?
I just said be right
Okay.
back.
So, Adam, you can choose either the spell Bark Skin or Spider Climb as a spell that you can just cast. Doesn't require a spell slot, doesn't require anything like that. You can just cast the spell.
Why didn't it prompt me for that?
Because it is not something that Fantasy Grounds is equipped to prompt you with. Wait, so do you get both of them or just one?
I don't remember.
Oh, no, you get both. Yeah, you get both. I will just add them to your spell list. Which you do not appear to have. You don't have any spells. What's up with that?
I don't know. Is that alright? Looking rude.
Well, I mean, if you're going to be a... Do you not want spells to cast as a druid?
I don't. I just feel like I should have had more, but I don't.
Yeah, no, you should. You should have a few, at least a few spells, yeah. Let me look at the druid thing. Yeah, you should have 2 cantrips.
You fucking stop.
4 first level spells and 2 second level spells.
Why didn't it prompt me for that?
Because that's also not something that Fantasy Grounds can prompt you with. It can prompt you with class features. They're like subclass stuff, but not spells. Unfortunately. So if you go to the, do you see a spells button on the right side, Adam? Okay,
No.
so click the setting, the gear, the options cog up at the top right. And then click the sidebar button. And then click, you can like add, you can click the spells button there to add the spells thing.